Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Two children vanished in rural Nova Scotia, and still today, no clear answers, and the timeline that refuses to sit still. We're talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan out of Pictou County, Nova Scotia. Was looking at some documents, and I got questions. We're going to talk about it.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch. Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Hold on one second, y'all. I am having technical difficulties. That damn thing's not gonna work either. One second. We'll just have to deal. We'll just have to deal with it. It'll be okay for now. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world. And you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is September 18th, 2025. It is currently 8:15 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour, 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 bonjour. Hello, hello. Good to see you all. Thank you so very, very, very much for joining me. Yes, guys, hit that thumbs up one good time. One good time in the live chat. And for my replay crew out there, really appreciate it very, very much. Got a lot to talk about. Good to see you all. Sassy says, Justin, it's you or nothing. Thank you so much, Sassy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I am feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling so much better. It really sucks when you feel bad. You know what I mean? It really, really does just stink when you feel bad. All right. Thank you so much, Miss. Look at Tina. Oh, ma'am. Oh, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for, for that frosty and unsalted fries fun. Andu. Thank you so much, girl. Love you so much. Appreciate you very much, Miss Tina. Well, Jam, how you doing, girl? You coming in clutch too? My goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Jam to the Jam says, love from Kevin's and the Jam. We love you, Justin. Thanks. I think it means thank you for all you do. Prayers to Sherry Lynn. Hope you are good, love. Yes, please pray for Miss Sherry. Would really appreciate that very, very much. Thank you so much, my dear. You are so, so kind. Really do appreciate you. Good to see you. Wait, what? Thank you, honey. Also, who else did I need to ask for prayer for? One of our mods. We saw SL earlier. Who was it? Who was it? I can't remember. We'll think of it in a minute. There's Lakeside Lawyer. I thought Lakeside didn't gave up on me. It's like, I'm out of here. That bitch is, I'm done with that bitch, Justin. I'm done with her. Screwed her. I thought Lakeside just said, I'm done with you. Good to see you, Lakeside. I can't remember. We've missed you too, darling. We've missed you too. We really have. What was I gonna say? Someone earlier that I was thinking about. Got the memory of a goldfish. Uber, have not seen Uber in a couple days. We know when y'all are gone, just so you know. The pearls know when you're gone. We know when you're sleeping. We know when you're awake. We know if you've been good or bad. Okay, be good for goodness sake. Okay, what I'm saying. Check out the recent arrest in the. Yes, Lobster. I've been reviewing that. The Uncensored group has a name for you after last. The Uncensored. I'm scared to know. Jim, I'm scared to know what people have a name for me. Who knows? Who knows? That can go either way. Yeah, I haven't seen Ginger in a minute. She works quite a bit. I almost lost it. Uh-oh. In a good way or a bad way? Hey, Peacemaker, good to see you. Hobo is she had surgery. Rainbow is supposed to be out for a while. She was traveling. And all that. Hello, Patty. Good to see you. Lolo, Rhonda, Mama Dukes, Roxy. Hey Jude. Hey Jude is always doing Hey Jude's things. Someone else I was thinking. Thank you, Miss Sheila. Thank you so much, love. You're very kind. All my pearls are amazing. Anyone see or hear from Lucy Day? Haven't Lucy was in not too long ago. Not too long ago. Gotcha, Jam. Gotcha, Jam. Well, there's always people out there. I mean, when you are a creator, just what it is. No creator, and I mean no creator is universally liked. It's just humanity. It's just humanity, and it just is what it is. So yeah, moving on from all of that. Let's talk about Lilly and Jack Sullivan. And first of all, Daniel wrote something I want to go over as well, but there is something in this that I don't understand it. Maybe I'm comprehending it wrong. Maybe you can help me in this report, and I still don't get it. I still don't get it. Right, like said, right? Honey, thank you so much, my dear, for 3 months, darling. Good to see you. Love you and your channel so much. We love you, Miss Connie. Appreciate you very, very much, my dear. Good to see you. Good to see you, my dear. Yeah. Thank you so much, my dear. Really, really do appreciate you. All right. So first, let me just pull this one up first, and then we're gonna get on it with Miss Junkyard. Well, no, we're not getting on Junkyard Janie. Well, we kind of are today, but kind of not as well. Daniel writes with his exclamation point. You know him and his exclamation points. I would love to see him do one paragraph without an exclamation point. That would be great. Thank you so much, Lakeside, coming in club. How you doing, girl? How you doing? How you doing? There's this creator that is in a different genre I've been talking with. And for those of you that remember, I used to do a character called Daisy Basham. Does anyone remember who's been with me that long? Does anyone remember? 1 second. Does anyone remember Daisy Basham? I know you do, Fun Size. Or Always Late. Sorry. I know you do. And there is a creator from a different genre. Last night, I was watching him, and well, not just last night. I've been watching to him and kind of talking to him a little bit. He does a character, and he cracks me up. Cracks me up. I get his humor. Because you guys know we're just taking a little detour. We'll get to it, I promise you. But I get his humor a lot, and he dresses up like generally like a southern black woman. He's a person of color, and he plays the piano a lot better than I do. But he's like in a band, and he plays it, and it's like he's at church and all that, and he gives these looks in the camera. How you doing, girl? And he's kind of like, picture Wendy Williams and Little Richard combined. You wasn't allowed to laugh. I know. Everybody was laughing, though. Even I was laughing. So picture that, but in like a woman form. And we may do a little ensemble together. So we'll have to see. I got out of my car, turned it off, and walking to my house, and all of my cars rolled down at the same time. It freaked me out. I dropped my bag and Sprite. It went everywhere. Sarah, it does that for some reason. I think it's like a safety thing when it does that. Honey, your windows are rolled down, girl. They're down, just so you know. um, I'll drop. I can't remember how you. I'll drop it in the link below, or I'll remind me the next live stream. But I used to do I called her Daisy Basham, because Daisy, for some of you guys know why. I won't even mention it, but and then Basham, because she always said I was bashing her. But it was loosely based off of a person. And I think Southern, I would twerk. I sure would. I would twerk. I had a big badonkadonk. I find Southern women, like the I grew up in church, a lot of pastors in my family and all that. And I grew up where finding, like the old snooty witch bitch at the church who would think she was better than everybody. And she had way too much perfume on. And she just thought she would just always look at you like this, give you those looks. Like, that is humor to me, exaggerating the way that they behave. Um, and just the woman playing the keyboard, and she's like, Jesus loves the little children. That's just humor to me. Just kind of exaggerating the hell out of it, pretty much. But I can get down and have a lot of fun with that kind of stuff. So there's that. Anyway, that was just a big old side note. Sorry. But I was just thinking of something and I started talking about that. So, anywho, Tennessee. Yes. Tennessee. Hey, Hobo, how you doing, darling? Very, very much like church lady. Very much like church lady. Did you hear my phone? It was your car windows. Now it's my phone. I didn't. Sarah, something's going on because my phone just talked to me. I didn't like that. Mm-mm. She just said, "How you doing? I'm doing great." No, didn't ask her. Didn't ask her. Did you hear her? Could y'all hear her? I didn't ask, honey. Didn't ask. Oh, thank you, Miss Joyous. Come on, Miss Joyous. You are so good to me, Miss Joyous. Really appreciate you, Miss Joyous. Love you long time. Love you long time, Miss Joyous. Thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you. If you received one of those, make sure you give Mama Joyous a big thank you. Appreciate your love. Good to see you. Hello, Miss Sonia. How you doing, girl? How you doing? Remember, for 16 months, I would laugh so hard and keep my husband up. We had a lot of fun. With Miss Daisy Basham. I appreciate you very, very, very much, my dear Sonia, for your continued support. Truly, dear. So much. Okay. All right. No, we will be live in about 30 minutes. What's that, Charmaine? I don't know what you mean. Okay. All right. Anyway, moving forward here. So, going over some things here. Let's look at some things that Miss Daniel herself that here we go. All right. They need to be interrogated. Yeah. Well, they supposedly have been. I just think, I don't know. I think the RCMP are just soft on it. The Christie show with Charlene is hilarious. Haven't seen that. Of course you are, Joe. You know that. You've made it very clear. All right. This is some of the nonsense Daniel has. Yes. Yes. Yeah, exactly, Kay. Exactly. All right. Here we go. Daniel says, I'll answer a few questions here. No, my brother's dog was not on the property. Daniel, where was the dog? Because it wasn't your mom's dog always barking. And didn't Belinda say that there were two dogs? Oh my God, I'm dying. I need to go to bed. Didn't Belinda say there was two dogs? Now, are you going to believe Belinda or are you going to believe Deceptive Daniel? Which one? Deceptive Daniel or Belinda? Belinda any day of the week, right? Miss Janie couldn't even remember what day she told the RCMP that they couldn't come in her house, right? Tent and the horse trailer guy said two dogs, I believe. Bingo. Bingo. Why do they want to keep that dog hidden? Hey, Callie, good to see you, baby. How you doing? Hey, Linda. Yeah, she did, P. She did. One Daniel, two Belinda. Yeah. Exactly, exactly. No, my brother's dog was not on the property. There were two dogs barking. And that she only saw the dog, though, at the window of the RV. And it was a bigger dog. Yes. Yep. There we go, Charmaine. Bingo. And it was a bigger dog. Precisely. It wasn't the little, furless dog that, when I say furless, I mean because Junkyard Janie is always yapping because her dog's hair is falling out, right? Anyone know the strange card that called? There was my wrench. There was a car that they had mentioned, but it was nothing. It was nothing. It was nothing. So, why was Janie afraid to open the door? Because of a bald monster dog from Deadpool. You got it, Jam. You got it, Boo Boo. And do. Yes. Janie's dog is a medium-sized dog. It's not small. It's it's a medium-sized dog, I would say. But that wasn't coming from that little dog. It just wasn't. She didn't want them in there. It was clear, in my opinion. My brother's dog rarely is even, or my brother's dog is rarely ever taken in vehicles due to her poor health. Okay. She's 15 years old and struggles to even walk. Mind you, Daniel is talking about, he's saying his brother's dog, not Janie. Just keep that in mind. You know if you know. Okay. Things that I could have done differently is when Lily poked her head in excitedly, I should have got up. You should, Daniel? Really? You mean getting both of your sorry asses out of the bed to, I don't know, check on the sick children, allegedly? Gotten up? Huh. You don't say. You don't say. Exactly. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Exactly. Exactly. My dog is 15 and still runs around. Thought it was always him that looked after Jack and Lily. Well, apparently that morning he did not, right? All right. Malaya usually got up first with the kids, but looking back, I should have just got up and let Malaya sleep with Meadow. But you said you're the one that does everything for the kids, remember? Kelly, they need to. They really need to just restart, go back from square one. Let's see here. Lily and Jack would very often take food to eat anytime to snack on, but it was very odd that morning they didn't. How the fuck would you know if you guys were stuck in bed, you dummy? Sorry, I just got a little emotional there. How would you know, Daniel? How would you know? How do you know if they got snacks or whatever? You were in bed. Both of you were in bed. But it was unusual, he says, because that morning they didn't. How the hell would you know? You don't know if they got a Pop-Tart or whatever and threw it in the trash. The trash was overheaped all the time to begin with. You would have no idea. Well, that's what he says, though. Lily and Jack would very often take food to eat anytime to snack on. But it was very odd that morning they didn't. Remarkable how little changes in 3 weeks. Daniel. Crazy, huh? Now, it continues. All right. Often, not just in the morning, but any time of the day, they pulled up a chair up to the counter and took food or pulled a chair up to the pantry to grab whatever they favored. Okay. Apples were very often taken from the fridge or yogurt cups taken and eaten. Exclamation point. You don't need it there, Daniel. You really don't need it there. As I said above, no food was removed, which is extremely odd. Daniel, how the hell do you know? You were in bed. Malaya says you was asleep. You say Malaya was asleep. If you guys don't know what was going on out there, you have no idea if they took food or not. It's just more bullshit from him. It's just more bullshit. That's all it is. Period. No chairs moved. How do you know? They may have moved it back. You don't know that. You don't know that. No chairs moved. The hardest thing to swallow is I heard Jack rustling in the kitchen when Lily poked her head in, but as I said, nothing misplaced except one item, which was brought to investigators' attention by me. And what was that, Daniel? What was it? All of this craziness, right? I mean, God only, they probably did not eat since on your trip when y'all was at town in the afternoon. Might have got a little snacky snack from the pantry later that evening, but probably nothing was cooked for those children. Justin, if the kids were free to get snacks, why were the snacks placed in the cabinet where they had to climb on the chair and to get on the counter to get them? Good question. Good question. Yeah. Well, and bingo, Kay. I good point. I've made this point with Summer Wells's case. These places are so abnormally chaotic inside, out of place. You couldn't tell whether something was out of place or not, right? Like it is so dirty, trash piled up everywhere. There's no way in hell he would know whether something was missing or not. I absolutely agree, Ariel. Yep. Absolutely agree. Spaghetti pancakes. Google it, y'all. Google it. Oh, Lord. Google it. Google it. Ugh. And that's the very best scenario. That's sad when it's that's the very best scenario, is that they were neglected and abused. And then why would they lie about multiple things on top of that, right? All right. Where was that? Oh, yes. By the way, Callie, shut the f up on your theories and accusations. Don't help. It don't help provide clarity in the case. Daniel, you have been as clear as mud. You have gone and spoken on everything. You have went from Malaya knows nothing, she's completely innocent, to you will visit her in prison with your daughter. So you want to talk about clarity? Look in the mirror and wipe the lies with you saying Malaya wrote a goodbye letter in lipstick before you look in the mirror. Clean it up. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. It muddies the water, talking about water again, for newcomers that want to learn about this case. Newcomers may have a perspective to share that's valid, but the bullshit post may prevent them from sharing due to the backlash they fear. Some may find this helpful, others will attack. Now, Daniel, what about those newcomers that come along and says you're full of shit as well? Do they matter as well, honey? Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend, darling. He really did. She really did. Daniel, she really did. She did. Daniel's a drama queen. She's a drama queen. I've asked numerous times for more polygraph exams to be. Oh man, maybe I didn't get it all. Okay. Let me see here. To be administered on many others that have not received them from the first round, but nothing has resulted. Cadaver dogs, I've also asked for since June, but again, it has not resulted in an outcome. I've ran so many things through investigators, so no one should ever say, I don't want to see this missing person's case move forward. Notice how he doesn't say my stepchildren. He'll say it now after I say this, though. Or Jack and Lilly. He distances it there. Jack and Lilly deserve to be in school. They deserve to make and have friends. You know what they deserve, Daniel? They deserved two parents who worked with them in school. Not saying that they were behind from all the other kids. Well, they were behind because nobody gave them any attention at all. You did not give them any attention. Neither did Malaya. They pretty much fended for themselves. Period. Nobody is perfect. Nobody expects perfection. None of us are perfect. But doing your best is all anyone can ask for. And you guys weren't doing your best at all. You were too worried if the pipe was hot or not. That's what you guys were worried about, in my opinion. Was the pipe hot? Running and going, getting your deals. You can deny it till the day of judgment, but there is just too many people out there locally, Daniel, some we've talked to, that know better. Okay? Got it? Good. So there's that. There's that, Daniel. Everyone in Pictou County knows you keep the roads hot and the pipe hot as well, Daniel. So just don't. Just don't, Daniel. It's embarrassing to say all the drugs were Malaya's. Daniel. Mm-mm. The mouth says something different, honey. The mouth says something different. They deserve to grow up and not see insane accusations against me or my mother or Malaya. I'm not protecting Malaya, but she is the mother of our daughter, Meadow, and Meadow doesn't deserve to see the garbage being posted online when she's older. The only person that I have seen outright accuse Malaya of a crime of an actual crime is you, Daniel. You. You said you would be visiting your daughter that you share in prison together. Meadow and you would visit Malaya in prison. Do you not understand? Oh, I think he's getting worried about the other two children and his ex. Right, right. Says the Cracola in chief, Sharon. Yes. The Cracola in chief, Daniel Cracola in chief. Yes. Mhm. It is. He's so full of it. This is posted by Daniel. Here we go. Have some common sense, everyone. That's all I ask. The internet is forever. Have faith in major crime investigators. They will work endlessly to bring this case to a closure because I've already expressed to them I will not accept a cold case. And I know all of you will not either. You damn right. This is still considered a missing person case. It has not switched to a criminal case. Daniel really likes to point out that he always says it's not a criminal case. When Daniel, your mother has said quite the opposite, which we showed that yesterday, if you missed that. Right. I mean, Daniel, you were the one that, and Malaya, has spoken repeatedly that you believe someone took Jack and Lilly. So, that being said, that would be criminal. Someone taking the children outside of parental, right, allowance, well, that would be criminal. You say you do not believe that they are in the woods. You've also stated that you believe now, after you first lied about the blanket, but now you say that you believe someone planted this blanket. I am in agreement with you on that, Daniel. Now, we probably disagree on who planted that blanket, Daniel, but that would be criminal. Wouldn't you agree, Daniel? Do you not think of these things? Do you not think of how these things fall after you say them? You think of what will sound best in the moment and don't think of what you've said before. So if you think someone took Jack and Lilly and you find that abhorrent that someone would take Jack and Lilly, and you think someone planted evidence, that's criminal. I can't say it any other way. That's criminal. So why are you so hell-bent in saying this is not a criminal case? If you believe all of those things like you say you do after you have first lied about the blanket. And that's the only admitted lie that I know that you have admitted to lying. Why would a criminal case be so bothersome to you, Daniel? Asking. Thank you, Jane. How you doing, darling? Appreciate your love. I'm so grateful that you keep Jack and Lily's, in my opinion, and both Malaya and Daniel are guilty. I think I think so much for not letting them be forgotten. Thank you so much, Jane. Appreciate your love. I told you we're not going to let it up. I told you. Not at all. Good to see you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we talked about those polygraphs yesterday that, Mark Redwine, Dylan Redwine's father, Daniel, hope you watched that, passed polygraphs as well. He was later charged and convicted of unaliving his child. Polygraphs mean nothing, in my opinion. I would also like to know what kind of polygraph machine was given, what the questions were asked, how trained was the polygraphers? There were 2 different polygraphers. Daniel, would you be willing to take another polygraph independently with questions? Someone who might pay for the polygraph, would you take one? Would you take one, Daniel? Question. We set up one, paid for it, and you answered the questions. Would you take it? Would you do a retina polygraph as well? Or are you going to be like others who said, RCMP or TBI says I shouldn't take it? He wouldn't. He's too big of a to do something like that. He won't. Come on, Daniel. Come on down. We know you're watching, boo boo. We know you're watching. Callie, help newcomers to the case. Don't poison their minds with useless theories. It doesn't help anyone. And it okay. I don't know what to do with the rest of it. There wasn't much left. It was just a couple sentences. Daniel, you want to talk about poisoning people's minds? You have been all over the place. You are messy. You are messy downright boots, Daniel. You are. Okay. So there you go on that, Mr. Sister. By the way, guys, I want to tell you, just off to the subject here, 1 second. We will get right back on it, I promise. Following this case right now, missing child alert out of Las Vegas, Nevada. 4-year-old Anna Lee Lorazon. I think I pronounced that right. Let me make sure I pronounced that right. Lorenzen, has been missing since September 10th, 2025, after her parents failed to return her from a scheduled 3-hour visit. Annalee's parents do not have custody. Guardianship belongs to her grandmother, who now has temporary sole physical custody and is desperately pleading for help to bring her granddaughter home. About Anna Lee. She's 4 years old, 41 inches tall, brown eyes, blonde hair, large freckle on the right side of her neck, no others. Her father is Noah Lorenzen, date of birth 6'8", 6 foot tall, 160 to 170 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes, glasses, large walleye tattoo on his right forearm, scruffy mustache and beard. Mother, Adriana Bartley, date of birth 6'7", 5'11", 180 to 200 pounds, dyed black hair, septum piercing, from Wilmington, Delaware, ties to Newark, Delaware, and the Las Vegas Metro Police. You can contact 702-828-3111, 702-828-9400, case number LLV250090038-721. Again, take a good look. They could be absolutely anywhere and are on the run. If anyone sees this little gal or these two, please call 911 immediately. Okay? We are following that case, and we'll see what comes about. Not really anything out there other than that right now. Jam to the Jam says, thank you so much, Jam to the Jam. Daniel, I'll pay for your polygraph. If you see this, reach out to Justin for my number. Well, thank you, Jam. I will help oblige by that. Daniel, come on down. Let's get you polygraphed up, okay? With certain questions. Okay. Will you do it, Daniel? Will you do it? How about a new pipe? If someone buys you a new pipe, will you do it? Will you do the polygraph? Listen, Junkyard Janie was bribed with cigarettes and dog treats. You can get a new pipe. How about that? Just a thought. Just a thought. They bribed me with cigarettes and dog treats. Oh my God. Now you wonder why you won't talk to the media? They bribed me with cigarettes and dog treats. The fuck, man? Ugh. Damn, Timu. Anywho, now I have to follow the investigator's wishes. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Guys, I need... Oh, look at this. By the way, I want to show you this. This is what got me on it. We'll get to the other thing in a second. The investigative team from the Northeast Nova Major Crimes Unit. Remember, Daniel says this is not a crime, but there's also a major crimes unit that's been there since what day, Daniel? What day? Saturday, less than 24 hours. Gotcha. Moving forward, Nova Major Crimes Unit has referred this matter to me for support in seeking your consideration for its inclusion to the program, as they believe there are individuals who are privy, not pervy, privy to information that could result in locating Jack and Lilly Sullivan. I recommend that this case to be added to the rewards for major unsolved crimes program for a period of 12 months, at which time The status of the file will be reviewed by the Northeast Nova Major Crime Unit. What does that mean? Well, that means they believe more individuals, Janie, and other people, Justin, and Earl, know, and allegedly, perhaps, that may know more about where Jack and Lily are, right? Like they might know, which is why they offered this reward on, yep, all of that. So this doesn't sound like they wandered away, right? Daniel, wouldn't that sound like a crime to you? Right? I mean, major crime unit, individuals who are privy to information that could result in locating Jack and Lily Sullivan. This doesn't sound like wandered away. And Daniel, you say again that you believe, and Malaya, someone took the kids. In fact, you were pressing it out more than you press your last rock, in my opinion, out to the public, that at the very end, right after you stopped talking, or Malaya stopped talking to you about Malaya going out there to the car, and Janie was like, oh my God, why is she out there? You made it seem like she was putting them in the car, Daniel. Before you guys, check the borders, check this, when they have repeatedly said they do not believe they were taken by anyone, right? Robin, come on down. You're the next contestant. How you doing, girl? Thank you so much for 9 months. Forget a pipe, get him a bong so he can do more. Hello and love you, Justin. And your gorgeous pearls. Hello, darling. Thank you so very much, my dear. Really do appreciate you, Miss Robin, for 9 months. Appreciate your love. Good to see you. Google it, y'all. Now I know what magic shill is. Learn something new every. What's magic shill? What's magic shill? I don't know what that is. Is that why they slept in their clothes all night, up early, and put in a car? Never heard that. Never heard that. Like with the cocoa in it? Is that what you're talking about? The magic shell? I know that magic shell. So yeah, I thought that was a little interesting, if you ask me. Moving forward here, moving forward. Let's see. I've never heard of a magic shell. I don't know how we got here. but there's like the magic shell that goes on over the ice cream. It's like the chocolate that freezes to a hard shell. Daniel probably knows what a magic spoon is. Just about guaranteed. Just about guaranteed. All right, moving forward. I've got a question, and it bothers me. It really, really bothers me. Something that I don't understand. Am I reading this wrong or what? And I'm serious. Like I'm absolutely serious about this. Am I reading this? Am I not comprehending it? Or what when it comes to these documents? All right, let me show you. Maybe go over here. Okay. All right, let me get a little drinky drink. How many thumbs ups do we got? I bet Danny Boy knows what a magic carpet ride is. On a magic carpet ride, a whole new world. My voice is gone. Someone tell us know where to go. Maybe a whole new world. Not enough likes. Hit that button. Okay, I'm going to sit here and fold my arms and pout until someone hits the thumbs up button. Working here. Hit the thumbs up. Get it up. You know how many people's had to tell Daniel that? Get it up. Justin, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Don't you dare close your eyes. Chanting wonder. Over, sideways, and under. On a magic carpet ride. A whole new world. Okay, how many thumbs up do we got now? I googled magic show. That's a good movie. Yes, that's right, Robin. Daniel drives me nuts. $3.99. 404. Oh my God, you're a scream. Google it, y'all. Got you, boo. Hello, Malika. Good to see you, my darlings. All right, here we go. What does this mean? What does that say? As a local, they should search further away on land, but dogs. But where is the question? Sarah, did they did I investigate the hype button? Can one of my mods go and see if there is a hype button on like my last live? Oh, Sarah, goodness gracious. You're going to become a minimalist if you get one. There wasn't earlier. Okay. Is the thumbs working for anyone else? Mine is stuck at 49. Sometimes it will get stuck, but still hit it. Okay, I need to look at that hype thingy. I'm the one who referred it, and everyone after that in the community is like, I'm hyping. I'm like, damn, I referred it, and I don't even got the hype button yet. Jennifer, thank you so very much, darling. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you, love. Good to see you. Appreciate you.
A queen is never late. Everyone else is simply early.
Early. A queen is never late.
Better late than
Blanche. Pregnant.
better late than
Blanche. Pregnant.
There you go. Thank you so much, my darling. No hype on live or replay. I don't know. We'll try to figure it out. All right. So this is what I'm concerned about, that Janie's concerned about. Janie was concerned about the timeline. Was you, Jamie? I bet you all are concerned about that timeline, girl. Because there is no way, meaning not possible, in Janie's opinion, the kids could have walked from the yard up to the road where Daniel was in the vehicle without her seeing them. What does that mean? Mohawk, help. I don't understand this. I mean, I think I understand it, but if I understand that right, that's a big freaking deal. Oh, thank you, Diane. Thank you, love. I enjoy you and your channel. Been watching you for a while, but somebody generously gave a meme away, so I appreciate it and want to show the love from Boston. Thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you, Miss Diane. Thank you so much, darling. Really do appreciate your support, truly. Can't do it without you, my dear. Very kind of you. I have no idea what that means, Joya says. Oh, absolutely, Shelby. Yes, yes. You can be gifted multiple times. Yep. It just kicked me out. YouTube is bullying. I'm so sorry, Sarah. Don't kick her out. Do not kick anyone. Don't kick any of my pearls out. YouTube. When was the camera installed on the mobile that accessed the driveway? That was after the kids vanished conveniently. Was she watching the feed? No. Nope. Janie was concerned about the timeline because there was no way the kids could have walked from the yard up to the road where Daniel was in the vehicle without her seeing them. So the way I see it is Janie says she would have seen the kids walking up to the yard, up to the road where Daniel was in the vehicle. I know, Dean. I know. The kids were not with Daniel. There's a camera mounted on the woodshed also. This has bothered me since I can remember reading it. And I don't understand it. Daniel has gotten in the vehicle, drove up to the old road. That's where Janie met him while she was searching. Well, Daniel, according to Janie didn't say nothing about Daniel being in a vehicle, right? And Daniel said he took dirt roads He did not take any trails or paths, which I find very interesting because Daniel says he didn't take any trails or paths, meaning I believe we need to check the hell out of some trails and paths, in my opinion. Notice that they park before the mobile and not all the way in the driveway. Yes. Janie, how does she say it? Let me see if I can find this. Let me see here. Okay, let's see if I can find this. Wait a second. Once, how she says it here. Take the commercial off. Does it while she's in the yard. Okay, I think it might be right here. Let's check this out.
Trailer. I opened up the door, was standing here. Malaya was standing.
You guys see
Malaya
that?
was standing.
There's another little clubhouse thingy right there. Right? Oh my God, look at there, guys. Hold on.
Malaya was standing.
Look at here. These are the cigarettes and the dog treats. Right there. There's the cigarettes and the dog treats that the news lady bribed Janie with. Oh my God. Look at that. It's right there on the table. Holy crap. Janie. Oh, and a Red Bull. You don't need a Red Bull, Janie. That's the last thing you need.
Right here. With Meadow on her hip.
Listen to this.
And I come out and I said, "What's up?" She said, "Jack and Lily are missing." I said, "How long?" She said, "About 20 minutes." I closed the door, got my boots on, came out here, ran up in the woods. Just right up here. The kids have a little fort that they made out of sticks and fir branches. And that's where they go. You can see them and hear them. We went for walks in the woods. I had to practically carry Jack through the woods because there was no way that he was walking through all that tree falls and bushes. I did this whole area. There's an old road up back. When I got up to the top of the hill, I met Daniel. And I said to him, I said, "Did you find them?" He said, "No." He said, "You coming with me?" I said, "No." I said, "I'm going to search."
She meets Daniel back there. She could not have met Daniel back there in a car. She could not have met Daniel back there in a car. A, that's not his property to drive on back there. Oh, yeah, she confirmed they didn't go in the woods. Listen.
Branches. And that's where they go. You can see them and hear them. We went for walks in the woods. I had to practically carry Jack through the woods because there was no way that he was walking through all that tree falls and bushes. I did this whole area. There's an old road up back. When I got up to the top of the hill, I met Daniel.
By the way, you couldn't have drove back there because wasn't it closed off? There was a tree across it. Yeah, Kabir Sadaka. Janie has the old school boy band mushroom haircut. Yep. 1998. Yeah. Tearing up my heart when I'm with you.
And I said to him, I said, did you find them? He said, no. He said, you coming with me? I said, no. I said, I'm going to search this area. Because when she told me the kids were missing, you automatically think they went into the woods. That was my first instinct.
Yeah.
So I went up and I did this. When she told me the kids were missing, you automatically think they went into the woods.
But you don't automatically think that, Janie. You automatically say, I had to carry him.
That was my first instinct. So I went up and I did this whole area, this whole wooded area, right up to the top of the dirt road, came back down here and came back down the side of the road, came back down here and came back up the same spot. I went back into the house.
In 10 minutes, y'all. In 10 minutes, and did not take her phone.
By the time the cops were here, I don't know exactly what time, I didn't take my phone. The cops were here. There was a bench sitting here, or a sawhorse, it's over there, was sitting here. I was sitting on it, bawling my eyes out. I was crying because I blame myself for not getting up that morning to see the kids. Because if I would have get up.
She gets emotional. She gets emotional right here, always. And I think it's something else.
This wouldn't have never happened. Okay? That's why I was crying.
We've heard a lot about the patio door.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's go see that.
Sure.
Since the report has came out, that's what I need to do. I need to go back through all of these interviews since the report has came out. We know more about what they said to the RCMP. They say that the door was heavy in the report, and that's why the kids never closed the door back. So watch this.
So this is the patio
This
door
is the patio door
that Jack and Lilly would have.
that Jack and Lilly came out of.
And so tell us why we've heard about the patio door.
Bubbly says there's no way he drove a car and he rode on a four-wheeler back home. Did he leave his car? Did she say, hold on. Did she say what car Daniel was in when he was back there? Did she say he was in his car or in a car? You got kicked out, Sarah? I'm sorry.
Because
God, hold on.
Tell
Watch
us
this.
why.
Look at her. Janie's got linebacker shoulders. Look at those linebacker shoulders. Damn. Got lungs of steel, Janie. You can huff and puff and blow your cigarette stand.
Why we've heard about the patio door.
because everybody's saying on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok that the patio door makes a noise, and why they didn't hear the door open. The bedroom is back there. Okay.
She could kick my
That
ass.
far
any day.
window.
The
there.
last window is the bedroom.
And so they would have come out this door
They would have come out this
that
door.
morning.
Yes.
And then they went and played on the swing set.
Yes,
And that's when you heard them.
that's when I heard them. Right here in this area here. I plan on putting a pool up this year for the kids. You need level ground for a pool. That's what I was doing. I was leveling out the ground to set up a pool.
And this is the Thursday.
This is Thursday.
Right.
Friday, all the investigators, search and rescue and everything. Right around here was where they found the only footprint.
This is where the boot.
This is where I was raking that night. That's where the boot print was found, in the mud where I was raking.
I thought there was two boot prints.
There was supposed to be a footprint found away up on the pipeline.
Right.
Malaya sent me the picture of it. That's all I know. There was a footprint found.
Okay.
How did Malaya send the picture to it? How did Malaya send a picture?
Okay.
But I'm telling you, the footprint was here. The only one that they can confirm that was Lily and Jack's was right here.
So it was child size.
Yes, a man, one of the investigators came in here and was measuring it all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here to lie. The reason why I wanted you guys to come here and do the interview here is to show you exactly where everything took place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to show people that this is what happened. All the stuff that people, all the rumors and accusations about us murdering the kids and burying them on the property, this place has been searched thoroughly. The well has been checked, the septic tank, all the barns were searched. My RV was searched 3 times. The trailer was searched. This whole place was searched. If they want to come back and search again, they're more than welcome.
You've talked about drones flying over your property. You've talked about cars driving down the road and slowing down. What's that been like?
I'm scared to go out sometimes in my own property. I mostly stay around back here. And if I do go out front for anything, I usually have my head down.
I need to go back and see what she said about who had that vehicle. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I'm sorry, honey. I didn't see this. Thank you so much. If I can read. Hold on. Text is so small. Janie said he took her Pathfinder to go into the woods to search. Nissans are off-road. And that was Malaya's, right, Kelly? I'm trying to think. Because he took Malaya's car, right? I'm pretty sure he took Malaya's. Because that's right, Joyce. That's what the report says. Right. Let me see what she says there. Thank you so much, Callie. Appreciate you, my love. Good to see you, my lovies. Alexandria, welcome to the Pearl family. How you doing, girl? Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you, Miss Alexandria. You're welcome, our newest Pearl girl. How you doing, Miss Alexandria? Thank you so much, Alexandria. Can't do it without you, my friend. Welcome. Thank you, love. Think it was Janie Malaya had a newer car. I don't think it was newer. I mean, all the cars were pretty rough. Pretty rough. You know, they didn't have like hubcaps and all that stuff on it. Let me see what she says right there when she says.
That was my first instinct. So I went up and I did this whole area, this whole wooded area, right up to the top of the dirt road, came back down here and came back down the side of the road, came back down here and came back up the same spot.
What did she say about it?
I went back into the house. By the time the cops were here, I don't know exactly what time. I didn't take my phone. The cops were here.
Oh, crap. Isn't it so interesting how nobody takes their phone? Oh, God. I think I froze. 1 second. One second, y'all. I need to refresh. I can't see myself. Maybe. I don't even know if I can refresh. Hell. Okay. Sorry about that. 2 seconds. Okay. Oh, thank you, Joyous. Again, you are so good to me, mamacitas. I just love you. She would purchase some undergarments. She is too old to be a hippie. I know she's probably got the snatch. Blah. I bet let's just be honest. Janie has more testosterone than I do, in my opinion. Respectfully, Janie. There's nothing wrong with that, baby boo. Nothing wrong with it. A musty hutch. Musty hutch, line 1. Musty hutch, line 1. Thank you. Transferring. Anywho. No, I did not hear her say when she met Daniel, though. That's what I want to hear.
Got up to the top of the hill. I met Daniel. And I said to him, I said, did you find them? He said, no. He said, you coming with me? I said, no. I said, I'm going to search this.
She didn't. I mean, if Daniel was already up there searching, right? Daniel was up there searching. So why would you? First of all, when it says right here in this report, Janie was concerned about the timeline, which you guys know that they've been concerned about timeline. They won't say exactly when it happened, but Janie does say in her first interview, very important first interview, that she may have known the kids were missing before, I believe it says, before she talked to her brother Ron. And then she says that she says in her next interview that was wrong. I remember her saying he took the Pathfinder it says that in the report too, who was it registered to. They need fresh eyes on the let's see here. They need fresh eyes on this entire of crap and all their lives and missing. I have it all archived. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Where it says right here. Okay. And then it's redacted. She said the kids were in school Monday and Tuesday. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And then, but they went with their grandmother's house to do laundry and they didn't. Okay, let's get on to this. Janie said Jack would not go for a walk on his own. She said she, Jack, Lily, and Daniel went for walks in the woods all the time. And they had to carry Jack sometimes because he got tired and would just sit in one place. Well, if Jack was going to get lost with Lily and he walked out on his own, which even Janie doesn't agree with. And I think Daniel and Malaya didn't agree with either, in my opinion, because they know their kids and they know that they would never walk off. So it's easier for them to say someone might have taken them, you know? Well, think about, and I showed you guys yesterday how wet and cool it was while they were searching. Daniel's sitting there in the pouring rain, right? Jack would just stop, would not continue walking. Come on, Jackie. Come on, Jackie. Come on, Jackie. He's going to get tired or scratched up really quickly. He's got a diaper on. And by the way, this is very, very important. Very important in a missing kids case. Because Jack is not the only one that will do this. When children get exhausted, statistically, they stop and they stop moving and they either sit there until someone finds them or they pass. Hopefully someone finds them. But that is what happens. After they have ran all they can walk or ran all they can do, it's very important. Now, Jack and little Lily, if they didn't even have breakfast that morning, think about this. They had no caloric intake. When's the last time they ate? They didn't eat that morning. Their sugar, kids particularly, go hypoglycemic quickly if they don't eat. When you go hypoglycemic, right, you get the shakes and all that. They don't have calories. And I don't think that they were particularly fed very good, to be honest with you. Anyways, I'm really wondering if they did set up the pool and the kids got into it when they were asleep. I don't think so. I mean, it's a good point, Stacey. You never know. I think someone snapped. I think, we were talking about little Quentin Simon today because Leilani is back in the news. She's trying to get a new trial. She was out partying that night, getting her fix, if you will. She wanted to go to bed. Baby was up, little Quentin. And what happened? She snapped. Completely snapped. And she unalived him. Jerry Lynn, so how did he wander off then? Good fucking question. Good question. And it's really frustrating. And I know that people in the RCMP watch us. I know that 100%. But this is what's frustrating for me, RCMP. You guys say, well, they're not in that area. I say this every live. They're not in that area. Well, they passed a polygraph. They're not in the area you searched. Well, the parents passed a polygraph and nobody out there took them. What the hell are you saying then? I mean, what's left? Seriously, what's left? Why is nobody demanding something like, Well, then what are you saying? If they walked off, you know they're not going to get out of that 3 kilometers. Especially, most especially, being their age, number 1. 2, the weather, the vegetation, how they're dressed, the terrain, and only being maximum 20 minutes ahead. And that is from the last time they heard them. That's not them out there playing in the yard and them being in the house either. There's no way under God's green earth those kids walked off in 20 minutes. No way. No way, shape, how, form, period, full stop. Didn't happen. They said up to 20 minutes. Let's say it took them 5 minutes after they last heard them in the house. Now we're up to 15 minutes. Let's say they played outside. Janie hearing them play outside for only 5 minutes. 5 minutes inside, 5 minutes outside. That's 10 more minutes. Up to. We're giving them the full 20 minutes. A 4-year-old with big old boots on and a diaper. Lily, loud, right? Loud. Come on, Jackie. Come on, Jackie. She says, I would have heard him if they went up there. I would have heard him. Lily, if she was upset, wanted something, everyone says she was loud. We heard the birthday. So 5 minutes inside, 5 minutes outside, 10 minutes. It would have taken them not very far. They couldn't have gotten that far in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes walking, and kids just aren't going to just walk straight. They're going to stop. They're going to do whatever they do, play, take a break, giggle, laugh, get distracted. 10 minutes. In that 10 minutes, they wouldn't have gotten much further than the yard. So I don't know why this is why I believe Daniel and Malaya say, oh, well, somebody took them. Oh, they would have fallen and cried, or they would have got scratched up by sticks and briars, or, whatever. And for them to get 10 minutes ahead would take an adult who is walking frantically or sprinting, running, a couple minutes to where it took them 10 minutes to get. Because we're on a mission. We're going straight to those areas. So it's absolutely ludicrous to me for Daniel and Malaya to say up to 20 minutes they could have been gone. Not a snowball's chance in hell. Little Red to the office, please, your ping page. Little Red to the office, please, your ping page. We need a late slip for Little Red. Good to see you, my darling. I was at your live listening earlier. I think it was yesterday. Might have been this morning. I can't remember. But I was listening. I was just working, cleaning. to the kids up in the cabins in the woods. Yeah. Do they not know and just didn't want to appear negligent? Did they not know and just didn't want to appear negligent? Do you mean did are you asking, do you think, are you questioning it as Daniel and Malaya may have not knew what happened to him, but they just didn't want to appear like they were being negligent? No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. Don't think so, in my opinion. Janie says she does not believe the kids are in the woods. Malaya provided 4 statements to police. 2 statements were provided on May 2nd, 2025, and 1 on May 3rd, and 1 on May 4th, 2025. The following is a summary of what she said. On the day Jack and Lily went missing, she heard them playing in the other room and was going in and out of sleep, very conveniently. They all go in and out of sleep whenever it's the most important times, right? Lily came in the room around redacted a couple of times. Daniel was sleeping the whole time and didn't really wake up. What do you say about that, Daniel? What do you say about that? What do you say about that? You was sleeping the whole time and didn't really wake up, Malaya says.
Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just making sure I was working. Yeah. Hello, Daphne. Good to see you, my darling. How you doing? Appreciate you being here. So Daniel was sleeping the whole time, according to Malaya, and didn't really wake up. She didn't hear them anymore around redacted. So she got up and they couldn't find them. So they called 911. The police came and got statements. Everyone was frantically searching for them. Malaya did not think this would take days. Malaya discussed what happened earlier in the week. The kids went to school Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday was a professional development day, so they were off. So she kept them home Thursday and Friday. Malaya said she doesn't remember what they did on Wednesday. Specifically, she gave a detailed description of what happened on Thursday, though. Malaya kept Lily and Jack from home on Thursday morning because they, not Lily, they had a cough. She contacted the school through the app around 6:18 a.m. The kids got up. Listen to this. The kids got up and came into their bedroom. All right, I believe that. I actually believe that about Thursday. We are all creatures of habit. Every single one of us. The time the 909 is so odd, yes, because they use it twice. Jennifer, oh, I got things to do. You cannot go to sleep right now. Okay, moving forward. We are all creatures of habit. Jack and Lily finding solace. Don't you dare either. Don't you go to sleep either. Jack and Lily came in their bedroom that morning. Why didn't they tell him to get out on Thursday morning either? Of course, their daughter was sleeping, I'm sure, then as well, right? They didn't want her to wake up Friday morning. How convenient. But they don't say nothing about Thursday. about little Meadow? See? We're creatures of habits. Kids do the same thing every morning. If Lily comes in and Jack's going to go in, they're both going to hop in there and jump on the bed or do whatever they do the same morning when they first wake up. And this is what Malaya is saying. Jack and Lily wake up and they come to their bedroom. Patterns. Yes. Okay, moving forward. The kids got up and came into their bedroom. Meadow was already up, so I stand corrected on that. Pardon me. Meadow was already up and in bed with Malaya. Okay. Now listen. Okay, then I've got another question. They got up and headed out to get the kids breakfast. They wanted the TV on. And they wanted to play with their toys. Everyone woke up around 9 a.m. 9 a.m. I did stand corrected about Meadow. Malaya saying that Meadow was already up. But 8 and 9, 8:30, whatever, again, we're creatures of habits. If Jack and Lily or whatever came there on Friday morning at 8 or 8:30 a.m., why did it matter if they woke her up or not? Because, hello, it's 8:30 in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. This is Thursday, the day before. We're talking about their patterns Thursday. We're talking about their patterns Thursday. So Thursday, Jack and Lily wake up. They go to Malaya's bedroom. Meadow is already in bed, awake with Malaya. And then they say they want to go out to the living room. They wanted their TV turned on and they wanted breakfast. Friday morning, if it's already 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning, why does it matter if they wake Meadow up or not? Daniel and them says they wanted her to get as much sleep as possible. But it's 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. It's time to get up. And she was up the day before at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. Meadow had a crib, I think, in their room. Where are these people showing RCMP with other people carrying body bags saying it is Lily and Jack's bodies? Nobody else talking about this. Have any of y'all? Deborah, I apologize for stupid people who put tents out there and body bags and coroners talking and all of that. Shame on them. They do this for clicks and views and all that. Everyone wants a click. Everyone wants a view. We would be, if you say you don't, you're a liar. But how you get those clicks and the views is what matter. And these people are disgusting who put these coroner tents out and these coroners talking and saying that they found Jack and Lily's remains. It's totally not true. 1,000% Daphne. They should have never let them go in the woods. I think after them pushing for the Amber Alert was after the RCMP looking outward so they could move kids in the woods. It's very sad to me that people do this. These are real human beings. Jack and Lily are real human beings. They live, or they lived, And we have no idea where the hell they are. That's the whole point. And for people to be saying a coroner or something like that, it makes me, number one, sad, but number two, furious that people do that bullshit. Really pisses me off. Okay. Malia said she tidied the house throughout the day. You didn't tidy shit, Malia. Nothing. You did not tidy shit, girl.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Justin, did you go over the case of person in the car? What do you mean, Sharon, baby? Justin, did you go over the case of person in the car? What's that mean? I don't know what that means, baby. They constantly change their stories, so I don't believe anything they say. They obviously don't care for those two babies. I agree. Did she do laundry? Right? Probably the person in the trunk by the wrapper. Oh, no. We haven't done that yet. Damn, it's 10 o'clock. The person found in Tesla. No, I might do that after this tonight. Okay. So this annoys the hell out of me when Malaya says this. Malaya says she tidied the house throughout the day and looked after the kids. She said she also scrolled on her phone at one point because she was overstimulated. The fuck? You scroll on your phone because you're overstimulated? Most people get off of their phone if they were overstimulated, Malaya. We're the generation of, oh, it's just overstimulated. My God. I've just cleaned the house and taken care of the kids and tidied up the house. I'm just overstimulated. Most people is like, I want to fucking nap in 5 minutes of quiet when they're overstimulated, Malaya. I want to go to CVS and use my extra bucks and get baked beans, douche, and a lawn chair. That's what I do when I'm overstimulated. I use my extra bucks. Okay? Not scrolling the phone. I want a little me time, Malaya. Crazy bitch. Can't with these people. Anyway, she's overstimulated. She had a blank in New Glasgow in the afternoon on Thursday, and she and Daniel went with all the kids. They drove her 2017 white Nissan Pathfinder. They went to the big stop for gas, and she thought they might have gotten the kids a bagel at Tim Hortons. Okay. You might. You can't remember if you fed the kids or not? Really, Malaya? Really? Okay. Daniel stayed in the car with the kids when she got redacted, and then they went to Starbucks drive-through before going home. In the evening, she was going to do some cleaning. God, this woman cleans a lot to not have nothing look like it was cleaned. Yeah, she thinks they might have went to Tim Hortons to kids something to eat, but she definitely got her pap smear in her Starbucks, right, Brandy? She definitely got her pap smear, her oyster shucker, and her Starbucks. Mm-hmm. Good job, Malaya. Good job. Yeah, exactly. Well, who does the yard work? Well, Junkyard Janie. Hello. It does seem like we or the police are getting anywhere. Hopefully so. Hopefully. Okay, carrying on. In the evening, she was going to do some cleaning. Oh, but, sorry, there was a comment. But she was too tired. The kids were watching a show on TV. What show? What time? She put Lily and Jack to bed first. Meadow, and then went to bed herself. Nothing about, yes, more cleaning. But nothing about feeding the kids that evening. What did the kids eat that evening? Did they go to bed hungry? I would say probably. A pap smear. Google it all, y'all. The last time I had a pap smear, the doctor needed rubber gloves and an oyster shucker. Oh, God. It's just, oh, my God, Deborah. It's just the lies. It's so freaking absurd. Sherry, you are judging me. You are judging me because the last time I had it a pap smear, the doctor needed rubber gloves and oyster shucker. So judgmental, Sherry. Sherry said, gross. You know what's gross? I mean, I guess you could say if it was Junkyard Janie, the last time she had a pap smear, the doctor needed rubber gloves and a turnip shucker. Probably something like that. Yep, that's why I did it. I wanted Cherry to smile or laugh. That's because you're a good kitty. That's because you're a good kitty. Who fainted? I need a spray bottle. Yeah. A pumpkin carver. Yes, probably a furniture carver, wood carver. If she gets a check, it's at the vet. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you can hear Janie walk across the floor. Brenda probably thought it was another dog in there, but her toenails was probably like walking across the floor when she was answering the door. Anywho, moving forward. She put Lily and Jack to bed first, then Meadow, and then she went to bed herself. Malaya said they were up late getting to bed that night and went around 9 p.m. They usually go to bed around 7 p.m. Lily was wearing a pink sweater and pink pajamas. So it was enough. You and me both. That criminal. You and me both. It was cold enough for Lily to be wearing a sweater. That's interesting. Didn't they say if Lily and Jack get cold, they like to, didn't they say if Lily and Jack get cold, they go straight back inside? Exactly, Peacemaker. Exactly. Lily was wearing a pink sweater, pink pajamas, and white shapes with a Barbie top with pink socks. Her hair was shoulder length, and her backpack was beside her. I don't understand. Does anyone really think her backpack was beside of her? Like, why? Why? A chainsaw, yes. A Dremel. A Dremel. Oh my God, I'm busting out with laughter here. Jack was wearing black sweatpants, a t-shirt, and a diaper as he was only partially trained. Jack is 4 years old. He should have been potty trained. Nighttime is different. Nighttime doesn't mean they're not potty trained per se, right? Kids have accidents. These kids just weren't worked with. Remember, she said they are behind everyone in the school. Well, it's very interesting how the mother says the two kids that are behind everyone, listen to this, everyone in the school are the two children that shows up missing. Boom. Right there, you see they were not cared for. They were not taken care of. Right there. The two children that was behind everyone in the school also show up missing. Think about that a minute. That's not random. That is not random. Because the children that were being told that might have autism, never been diagnosed with autism, ever. That's exactly right, Deborah. Malaya saying to her mom, I told you they had autism. No, Malaya, you were lazy. Period. You were lazy. You didn't work with them. Your mind was on other things. Living with Daniel and Janie, I understand why. But regardless, you were lazy as hell. You didn't work with the kids at all. You said that they, not one of them, they both were behind all the other kids in the school. And those two kids, Jack and Lily, who were behind everyone in the school, your words, not mine, are also the kids that showed up, or that are missing, rather. That's not bad luck. That is, at the very minimum, neglected. At the very minimum, abuse and neglected. And you will see it time and time again. Children who are not worked with, children who have problems at home, children who have the anxiety because of their home life, because of their environment, do not succeed as well as children that are worked with, that have a more stable lifestyle. Right? That's not accidental. Parenting is intentional, always. Remember that. Parenting is intentional. You intentionally either work with your kids, raise your kids, or you don't. Right? You do or you don't. You intentionally work with them with their homework, intentionally make sure they have their doctor's appointments, intentionally make sure that they're not getting bruised like Lily was when she went missing. It absolutely can. Absolutely can. And boys are statistically much more difficult to potty train than girls. Boys take longer to potty train. They take longer everything, pretty much. Girls learn quicker as little ones, by far. Absolutely. She ignored and neglected them. Yes, and that is why, in my opinion, neither one of them should get Meadow back. But I believe that they will. I believe Malia will. I mean, in America, we see these people doing this. They get a do-over sometimes with, look at Brian from New Orleans. Mom beat the hell out of him, broke his ribs, never was nonverbal after that, brain bleeding, retina, all that. She got him back. After she went to jail, she got him back. Now he's dead. 9 years later, dead. Sad. Very sad. Now, this is interesting. So Jack was only partially trained. Daniel stayed up. He said he was going to clean the house for her. But Daniel, you do everything. You do everything, right, Daniel? You're the ones that work with the kids. You're the one that makes them mind. You're the one that takes them out. They don't get to go to town unless you go with her. And you were going to stay up and clean. There's a lot of cleaning for no cleaning to be going on. Wouldn't you agree? Daniel stayed up. He said he was going to clean the house for her, but it wasn't clean when she got up. So she doesn't know what he did. Very interesting line there. Yeah, Daniel said he was going to stay up and clean, but the house was dirty when I got up, so I don't know what he was doing. That leaves a lot of room for things that could be done. She is giving something right there to investigators saying, I was in bed. Daniel said he was up and he was going to clean, but something else could have happened right there. Cleaning an ATV, Misty? Yep, they tested for snow in July. Yeah. Daniel might have been cleaning an ATV. He was probably cleaning out his nose with Drano. Excuse me. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Counting yogurt cups, right, Linda? What did someone say? Kim, when did what happen? He doesn't know how to clean. He doesn't know how to do anything except lie, in my opinion. Coca-Cola. Shelby. Little Brian, I guess, had some Coca-Cola found in him in July. Oh, we love you, Misty. Thank you for being here, honey. So sweet. Bingo, Scarlett. He was drafting a cleaning plan. No shit. Exactly. Mr. POTUS, good to see you. Malaya has moved on with her life, and she is living in an apartment, and I believe she is talking to Daniel, and I believe someone is going to come out very soon and prove that. I agree, Daphne. I don't know if they're talking now, but they were talking, in my opinion. Oh, God, Kim. He said in an interview he went to sleep between 9 and 10. Yes, he did, Jerry Lynn. Yes, he did. Kind of convenient, isn't it? They sleep in the same bed and they don't know when each other's asleep. I mean, is the RCMP soft on these people or what? Are they going to get back together? I don't think. No, Malaya's not going to get back with him. He would get back with Malaya. He's got an old scrubby thing now. He's got an old scrub. That would make he will probably never. I mean, Malaya is probably the best Daniel would ever have had. Then why to talk to him? Exactly, lady. Exactly. And I know someone right now that I can't say because it's her story to say, but it'll come out. Nope, Mr. POTUS. He passed a polygraph. He passed a polygraph. I don't think it was planned, Bonnie. Some people do. The other little can boy missing before them. Did the parents get charged? No, they didn't. I think you're talking about, I think that's the grandma that would probably get charged in that. And you got to think, if they don't have them on camera, if they don't have their remains, and if they don't have them on a car anywhere, and they left their phone where home, what are they going to get? They've got to find them. They got to find them. Okay. She continued by giving detailed description of what happened on Friday. On Friday morning, Malaya alarm went off at 6 a.m., allegedly, and another one at 6:15 a.m., which is when she used the school app to make them out for sick that day. Malaya then went back to sleep. Daniel and Meadow were sleeping, and there were no other noise in the house. Now, you got to remember, Daniel and Malaya's voice, or room, why did I say voice? Daniel and Malaya's room Shari, I hope so. Shari, I hope so. Hope so. Daniel and Meadow rather were still sleeping, and there were no other noise in the house. Daniel and Malaya's room and the children's room are side by side, by the way. Malaya heard the kids playing in their room around redacted. They woke Meadow up. So she took her into the bed and turned the TV on for her, then faded in and out of sleep. It sounds like a made-up story. It totally does. The kids were giggling and laughing and talking to each other. The kids were in the room right next to theirs, so they were loud. Now, respectfully, I believe if like for instance, if Meadow had been asleep since 10 o'clock, like Malaya says here, I've not heard anybody say this either. If Meadow was asleep since 10 a.m. and Jack and Lilly woke Meadow up around 7 a.m., she's probably not going back to sleep quickly. In my opinion, she's probably not going back to sleep quickly. Yep, Jim. Okay. Around redacted, she heard silence and told Daniel she didn't hear the kids. That is what you hear Malaya say, Daniel say, Janie say. We heard them, and then silence. I find that very interesting. I think they got into something while they were playing and giggling. I think they got into something, and something really bad happened. Or, in my opinion, Daniel got paranoid and flipped out, got a bad batch. Around redacted, she heard silence and told Daniel she didn't hear the kids. They got up together and checked in the living room and outside. These two parents that don't give a damn any other time both got up. Daniel, honey, I don't hear the kids. Wake up, wake up. They're in the fucking room next to you. Get off your tuchus and go look. You don't wake up Daniel. You don't wake up your partner to say, do you hear the kids? That's not what anyone does. It's not natural. But they both got up. They're both looking. Something's going on here. Something's going on here. Nobody starts both looking immediately. One of you would get up if you thought you didn't hear him or see him. And after you didn't see them in the house, that is when you would go back to the room and say, Daniel, the kids aren't in the house. Malaya, the kids aren't in the house. You don't both just say, hey, Daniel, I don't hear the kids. Get up. And both start looking. That's not natural. That's not how people behave. Both claimed to have woken up first and say, do you hear the kids? Yes, that as well. Green eyes, yes. That's what I said. They don't even know who's sleeping and who's not. Absolutely. Absolutely. Daniel checks the whole fucking place. Right? The whole place goes up to the cabins, everything. Leaves his junkyard Janie jackass gigolo mother out. Leaves her out. Why? Why? That is the first place you're going to go. Mom, have you seen the kids? Mom, have you heard the kids? Mom, do you know anything? Never went to Janie's. How interesting. First place you're going to look. Just like Malaya says she's going to round up Daniel, right? Wake him up and they're going to start looking. You don't go to Janie's, the only other adult on the property? You're smoking something if you think people believe that. You're smoking something. They got up together and checked in the living room and outside, then started yelling for them. When they didn't hear any answer, she called 911 at 10 a.m. She had to turn off the Wi-Fi and get the bars of cell service. Sorry, I don't get this either. She had to turn off Wi-Fi to get the bars of cell service and call from one spot in the house where they had good service. I don't believe that for a second. You don't have to turn off your bars. They're capable of doing that. And you know what? I believe RCMP knows it too. RCMP knows it too. She turned off the data or the airplane mode. You could say airplane mode, or there's an actual data button you turn off. She is admitting it right fucking there. Right there, that she turned off her service. But she can scroll on her phone all damn day. Turn off Wi-Fi and then let phones at home while searched. Why did Daniel record 30 minutes following day in a culvert and hill for Malaya? I want to see that video. I don't know anything about that. Why did Daniel record 30 minutes following the following day in a culvert and hill for Malaya? I haven't seen that. I wonder if they got rid of the Starlink router. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. They're making fucking lies of excuses, and it's obvious, Daniel, Malaya, and Janie, if you don't get it by now, you too. Malaya had to stand in a fucking corner to get Wi-Fi. Well, Daniel said he ran down the fucking hill and Malaya was on the phone. She wasn't stuck in no damn corner. She was outside. And at the beginning, y'all said she had to go out to the end of the road. So which one was it? Was she standing in front of Janie's windshield, standing in a corner, or standing at the damn road? You pieces of garbage. You guys are lying on a 4 and a 6-year-old who are missing 2 babies. Shame on you both, because you don't want to take accountability. You pieces of garbage. God knows. It sickens me to no end that these individuals lie on a 4 and a 6-year-old who couldn't defend themselves in the first place. And then after whatever the hell is done to them, they lie to save their own ass from their own negligence. And RCMP says, nothing. Sorry. They passed the polygraph. Those 2 passed the fucking polygraph. Whatever. Polygraphs don't mean nothing when you're rugged up. People believe these 2. Some people believe these 2. You must be talking to them and you must see the good side of Daniel and Malaya. But guess what? Everyone has a good side. And guess what? Everyone. You didn't know Daniel and Malaya before this happened. None of us did. And their actions and the way that those children were treated says every fucking thing about them. Everything. You can say, oh, they're such good people. They're so nice. So good. No. They might be nice to you because they need you to be nice. They have to be nice. Otherwise, you wouldn't believe them. But all you have to do is look at their past with the children. And that says everything about them. Nobody's saying they need to live in a mansion or anything else, but just, no bruises, no holding Malaya down, taking her phone, being jealous as hell, not allowing other family to come by. That's everything of an abuse. everything. Says it all right there. That's right, Sherry. That's exactly right. Still can't even be honest. Daniel's anger management and sporadically gets rug tested. Yeah. It's complete bullshit. When they didn't hear any answer, she called 911 at 10 a.m. You know those messages, Daniel, where we've shown where you said, Malaya said, should I call 911? Malaya says, I instinctively knew to call 911. Daniel says, Malaya says, asked him, should I call 911? And Daniel says, yes, the fucking kids are missing. What do you expect? But here, it says, when they didn't hear any answer, she called 911 at 10 a.m. She had to turn off the Wi-Fi to get the bars of cell service. If you're on your phone right now, or if you've ever been on your phone and you used Wi-Fi, tell me if you've also had bars on your phone. I don't know about you, but I have Wi-Fi on and bars right there. What the hell? Do you got like a hamster back there cranking your Wi-Fi or something? I mean, what the hell's going on? Of course you got Wi-Fi and bars. Of course you do, right? It's craziness. It's ludicrous for someone to believe that. And I hope to God the RCMP did not believe that. She had to turn off the Wi-Fi to get bars of service and call from one spot of the house where there is good service. Daniel walked around yelling for them to see if they would get a reply, and eventually took her Nissan Pathfinder to go look for them in the woods. Now, Junkyard Janie says she hears everything, right? And she says she heard Daniel out there screaming. But you can tell if someone is outside walking the fuck around screaming, Jack, Jack, Lilly, Jack, Lilly, Jack, Lilly. You notice the difference. You also notice the tone. There's a difference in Jack and Lilly, get in here. Come on. Come on, Jack, Lilly, come on. And there's a difference in Jack, Lilly, Jack, Lilly. Difference. We all know that. And if Daniel is walking around his mathed out yard talking like that, Miss Junk Ass Janie is going to know. Also, Janie slips and says she's seen and heard them Friday. Yes, that as well. Yes, she did. Of course, that's the tone and the screaming. Of course there is. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, guys. I got to check a message. Abigail. Absolutely. Said this before. Absolutely. Abigail says, I hope you don't mind me reading it. So what she's not understanding, and all of us are not understanding, is within 12-minute time frame, when he was yelling, or telling Malaya, rather, to call the police, did he have time to check the culverts, dirt roads, and also wait for police to arrive? It doesn't make sense. It's not adding up. Malaya is on the phone with 911, according to the reports, at what time? 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Right? Daniel is going up. Good night, Peacemaker. Daniel is going up all of these roads. And remember, it says eventually in here. Eventually called 911. And they won't tell the time. Daniel or Malaya won't tell nobody the time. But we know it's 8 o'clock because they said it in the beginning. They said it in the beginning. And even Junkyard Janie says, I might have known the kids were missing before my brother first called in the report. But from 10 o'clock, when Daniel says she's on the phone with 911, that means he is at the fucking house. Because remember, Daniel didn't take his phone. Right, Daniel? Well, what time is the police or the RCMP? What time are they there? What, 10:20 something? So Daniel met up with his mom back there, right? Checked dirt roads, culverts, up to his waist in streams and everything like that. And also came back home and waited for the RCMP to show up. Kiss my ass. Not a chance. If their Wi-Fi was on their phones, would ping and show a location. If they turn it off, it wouldn't show where they went. That as well. It's self-evident. It is so self-evident. Where was his wet clothes? Good question, Janie. Good question. Where is his 2 outfits that he said, hope they weren't planted wherever Jack and Lilly were? Where are those? He said Malaya took them. And she wrote a note on the mirror, the bathroom mirror, with lipstick. That right there, in my opinion, tells me right there that, in my opinion, he knows Jack and Lilly are somewhere. I hope he didn't plant them where I hope Malaya or whatever he said didn't plant the clothes wherever Jack and Lily are. But Daniel, you said they were at, someone took them and they could be at the border or something like that. Now think about that a moment. That tells me he knows, in my opinion, exactly where they are. But where, Daniel? That's right, Lady for Justice. But where? Janine, sorry. I was going fast. Sorry. Janine, sorry. I said Janie did not. I'm so sorry. He knows exactly where they are, and it's a shame because common sense, there's blood on clothes. Why would you make a statement like that? I was talking about Janie. Daniel walked around yelling for them to see if he could get a reply, and eventually took her Nissan Pathfinder to look for them in the woods. Janie was also out looking for them. She had the baby, meaning Malaya, so she could not go look. Malaya said she did not think the kids had changed their clothes from the night before, and Lily's backpack was gone, so she assumed she had it with her. She described it as a corduroy cream-colored backpack with strawberries on it. Lily and Jack's boots were gone. Lily's was wearing a 13 rainbow pink boot, and Jack was wearing a size 10 blue dinosaur boot. Regarding their normal routine, she said the following. She clarified on a regular morning when they went to school, she is up at 6:15 and she gets the kids ready, fed, and their teeth brushed before having to catch the bus at 7:28. The bus stop is in their driveway. She also clarified their sleeping arrangement. Meadow, Daniel, and Malaya share a room. Lily and Jack also share a room, but they're divided into because they would be up all night, but hold on. Lily and Jack also share a room, but they divided it into two because they would be up all hours of the night when it was an open concept. I did not realize this. What do you mean? Like they had stalls? What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? Me too, Leslie. I did not know that. They separated the rooms. But this is very interesting. This says so fucking much. I'm about to bust. This right here. They would be up all night if they wasn't separated. Bitch, put them to bed. That's what you do. You get off your ass, your tuchus, and put them to bed. Read them a bedtime story. You don't just say, go to bed when they're 4 and they're 6. They'd be up all night. That sounds like you wanted them to go to bed. and somebody got pissed if they didn't go to bed. They locked them up like caged animals. That's what it sounds like. I mean, this is like a 1960 mobile home, right? Do you know how small the bedrooms are? They can, two genders can be in the same room if they're below a certain age. I don't think that's what they mean, Bubbly Beth. Lily and Jack also share a room, but they divided it into two because they would be up all hours of the night when it was an open concept. An open concept means not a wall. It's all open. It's all one room. If it's chopped or divided, why has nobody talked about this part? Tomorrow people will, because they'll watch this and they'll talk about it. But why? Why has nobody talked about this part? How about teaching your children when it's bedtime? Yeah. How about taking your ass in there and reading them a bedtime story and saying, go to sleep, Jackie. Go to sleep, Lily. It's called a bedtime routine that you have when they're 4 and 6 years old. Now, when they're bigger, by the time you start that, they're ready to go to bed. And they go to bed. This is why they were not worked with. This is bad. What the hell did they have in that bedroom? Hold on a second. I need to. One second. Is Daphne in here? I just messaged her. This is very weird. Well, they didn't talk about no baths, no PJs, no teeth brushing, no dinner, nothing. Just they were watching TV and she told them to go to bed. Nothing's wrong, Sherry. I don't think it is, Nancy. Right. Exactly, Abigail. For 2 nights while being sick. Okay, she's coming in a second. I need her to see this. I don't think a hospital curtain, though, would do it. Because she's like, they would be up all night. That's what she says. If they didn't divide it, the two, because they would be up all hours of the night when it was an open concept. Daphne. Holy hell. Did you hear this? about their room? This is Malaya talking. She also clarified their sleeping arrangement. Meadow, Daniel, and Malaya share a room. We know that. Lily, listen to this. Lily and Jack also share a room, but they divided it into two because they would be up all hours of the night when it was an open concept. I mean, this is like a 1960s, and I'm not even trying to be fun, a 1960 trailer. I mean, these are like horse stalls or something. That is so sad. Because they would be up always. No, they wouldn't. If you got your ass up and put them to bed like a mother or a parent should. It'd be like two closets. Makes you wonder why Daniel literally turned the light on them at midnight. Those rooms are too small for that. Yep. Yep, bubbly. Yep. It's called a schedule. Yeah. It's called parenting. I bet CPS told them in December to separate or divide. Could have, but there's just not much of an age difference, so. That's what I'm wondering, Daphne. That's exactly what I'm wondering. Oh, poor parenting at best, Misty. I mean, I have always said this, at best. At the best scenario we can hope out of this is that at the very least, these children were abused and neglected, in my opinion. My sewing room in an older 10 by 9. That's, yeah. Well, I lived with my grandma. One time we moved into this little trailer. It was like a 1970 trailer. And I was young. And I had like the middle bedroom. And it was as big as my desk. It was clean, but it was big as my desk. How big are average size of 1970s mobile home bedrooms? Let me see here. I mean, that's like a prison cell. The kids' room for a 1970s mobile home is 7 foot by 8 foot to 7 foot by 8 foot to 7 foot 6 inches to 8 foot 6 inches, which is 52 to 64 square feet, 4.8 meters to 5.9 meters. Andrea, did you hear what we're talking about the bedroom? Closets taken out. That is so bizarre. Only big enough for a bed, like my dog sleeps on a twin mattress and I have a queen. Yeah. That's exactly right, Peacemaker. Neglected and already forgotten. Oh my God, this is so sad. Yeah. Malaya's out living her life. Daniel lying his ass off. Me and my 3 sisters had a small bedroom. My dad built 2 bunk beds, very small, but fun for us girls. My dad was building our new house as we lived in a 2-bedroom trailer. We made, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them having a small bedroom, right? Nothing wrong with it at all. To me, it's the fact that it sounds like by this, it is partitioned, this small bedroom. And what really gets me is the reason they're saying it's partitioned is because they would be up all hours of the night when it was an open concept. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. If you just parented, put them to bed, sit in there for, I mean, how many of us parents, I had a chair, like a rocker, a glider in my kids' room when they were little. And I would read them a bedtime story or whatever. And I would sit in the glider and wait till they fell asleep. Right? And half the time I would fall asleep there too as well. All right, they're asleep. Good night. Right, Kiki? Exactly. That's a fun age. God bless you for that. One room would be for only double bed. No, Donna. It's a single wide, single. Here, I'll show it to you. I think I got pictures of it here. Somewhere. It's a 1970s trailer, I would say at best. And that's putting it kindly. This makes my head hurt. Here it is. And remember, this over here, right through here, this right there is Daniel and Malaya's room. Right there. Here is Jack and Lily's. Right? I mean, I would say 1970s at best. Probably older, to be honest with you, but Justin bathroom close to Malaya and Dan's room. I bet they were playing in there with the rugs where Daniel had. Absolutely. The rock pile. Where's the rock pile? I don't see a rock pile. Yes, Tammy. I know. Mm-hmm. Hey, Ash. Good to see you, baby. Yeah, I can't see it in that pic, but, that's at best. This is where Janie lives. This is where they gutted the shit out of this RV. I've just never seen anything like this in my life, ever. Ever, ever, ever. So this right here is Malay in their's bedroom, right? Is this is the kid's room, right? I don't know they have partitioned it. I really don't. Bathroom, maybe? God only knows what they did. God only knows. I don't see a rock pile still. Still don't remember. Only drugs on property were Malaya's, Daniel says. They don't want to put pressure on yet. They're building evidence. Daniel says, who searched for 20 minutes and found it? Who searches for 20 minutes and found it? Meaning they found, he's talking about the blanket there. Who searches for 20 minutes and finds a blanket? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It doesn't fly to where the boot print was located 1,000 feet away. I was the one that raised hell on that. I'm like, okay, this blanket is literally right across the road on the other side of where the shoe print. Save it, Daniel, Malaya. Come on, who happens to stumble upon it? Daniel says they have to hold back on some evidence because it's held between me and major crimes investigators. Belinda says that Janie said her and Daniel were the only ones to watch Lily and Jack. Malaya never took them out. So she heard them and Malaya them, but never thought that was unusual or suspect. Huh? Cindy sure did take Meadow away right quick, so. Oh. Daniel says there's 2 blankets. And here he talks about, again, it's still a missing persons case. It's not criminal.
Elementary school, their stepdad told us they'd both been out sick all week before disappearing on Friday. The school has additional support staff on.
And the family you brought us up there. Those pieces of cloth, that's what you and I went and with the dog yesterday there, and the family you brought us up there. We walk up the gas pipeline trail there, and there's definitely some child-sized boot prints in the mud here that are still visible. They're a bit eroded from the heavy rain, but they're still visible. So, not sure if you'd like us to continue on up the trail or what you'd like to do. Over.
This is Colchester Base calling the K-9 unit tasked to investigate the blanket. Do you copy? Over.
This is Bravo 3. I was with Kilo 2 like 3 seconds ago. He went towards the main road there. We're done at that site. The dog didn't get a track or anything like that. Bravo 3 sees the blanket. Halifax Command, copy on the drone team. I got a point of interest for you. Two heat signatures by the water source. Read you off coordinates. Hey, go ahead. But your team looking at there's two figurines of swans sitting there, painted black, and they must have picked up heat. Do we know if any of the kids had like stickers on their backpacks? We found a little shiny star sticker over here by the bridge. Over. Stand by. That's something I couldn't answer. Stickers for strawberries. You say you found a star? Yeah, it's like a holographic little star over.
And that was by Plunder. Up the pipeline trail, which is where Janie, Justin, Daniel, and his friends say they were.
Elementary school, their stepdad told us they'd both been out sick all week before disappearing on Friday. The school has additional support staff on.
Excuse me. I wish I would have written everything down. I had no idea stories were going to change so much that I would have to keep a spreadsheet of what is said from day to day. I have forgotten half of the stories that I've heard before. I just know, well, that's a new one.
Which is not funny by no means.
Right.
But it has changed quite many times.
Yes. That I don't even know what the first story is anymore, to be honest.
Daniel is in the house, but that's okay. Nothing was ever said about a search warrant. And again, Daniel, if you want to stay in chat and you want to correct anything, that's all we've ever wanted. So actually, you know what? Daniel's in chat right now. You know, tell Daniel and Janie, Malaya, you know, what you're seeking out of just simply having answers. Just a timeline that makes sense.
I want to know where my grandchildren are. I want to know if somebody hurt them.
This is a grandmother that gives a crap. This is a grandmother that wants to know where her grandbabies are. This is a loving grandmother. This is someone who takes care of their kids. Hello, Crochet. Good to see you. Hold on, let me see if it'll let me password this. Hold on. Why does it do that shit?
After you just hear.
There is one more thing that I did want to bring up.
Listen.
I've had into the group chat there, that private group chat, when I listened to James and they're sure that I would thank her too for being their grandmother. And I'd have to say it really struck a chord in me that it's really, really hard to put into words.
Listen to her.
It's okay.
I see Janie's pain. I believe her pain is real. Her world has been tipped over. I see that. I know that. I do not thank her. I'm sorry. I heard this woman actually complain about Lily and Jack. I heard this woman say that she didn't need pictures of them because they were living there. I heard this woman say that she doesn't know anything that goes on over in that trailer. She minds her own business. Well, I know CPS was investigating. I've been shown pictures of Jack with black eyes. There's pictures of him with marks on his chin. CPS doesn't come because of learning disabilities. That much I do know. So CPS was there for something else. So no, I do not thank Janie. I'm sorry, but I don't.
Thank you. I knew about that. I'm glad you spoke up about that. And I want to say it was something to do with a family member, but it wasn't one of those things, and I kind of forgot about it up until you just reminded me now. And I'm so sorry. And you saw pictures?
Yeah, I was shown pictures.
Well, you know what? This is about truth for Jack and Lilly. That's what this is about. It's not sugarcoating anything at all. It's about truth for Jack.
Hold on one second, guys. She does sound nice and peaceful, doesn't she? On the new, guys, I am getting ready to end this. I'll be back live in just a minute. They have just found Travis Decker's remains. I'll be live in just a couple minutes. Much love. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you.